Hi, welcome to our channel. We're the GraceNotesStitchers. I'm Corrin.
I'm Colleen, and we have something interesting to share at the end.
Interesting, fun.
Exciting.
You be the judge. All right. This week has been a week. Colleen's been working a lot of extra hours.
And I've read your guys' comments, and I'm gonna try not to get them to take advantage of me.
Yes. So we had the talk of her biggest thing, and I know I had the same problem when I first started working, is she's in the middle of a project and she wants to see it through to the end.
Yeah.
And it's like,
well, not that I had the day off, but what they had me doing, that project is still not done.
Which is fine. Somebody else can do it, or she can do it tomorrow.
True.
So I told her there's always projects at work to do.
Right.
It never stops. So
I guess since we're talking about work, I'll just throw it in because I'm not gonna talk throughout about work. They had me back, not in the back, but I was not written on to be doing register, so I only was caught up to register a few times. So I hope that's lasting.
She's starting to do some of what her brother used to do.
Yes, that's it.
So she's hoping to be the new Alan. So that would be kind of cool. He did a lot there, and apparently they very much appreciated him. So we're very happy to hear those kind words. But yeah, just the hardest thing for her with her stitching is the fact that she's working part-time hours.
Mm-hmm.
Not less hours. She's still working 41 and a half hours. But they're giving her the part-timer hours. If you know what that is, usually that's like your 11 to 7, 10 to 6s.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the openers usually work the 7s and 8s to 3 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, her Saturdays are, 10 to 8?
Or as I work every Saturday. The full-timers do get a Saturday off.
Right. Full-time, they get one Saturday on. And it's a closing shift, which means they don't go in till 1. So she would actually have a morning. So she's midday, she's coverage, and we should know the next 2 weeks if she's going full time or not.
Should know.
But the money is good, and
I will see my
they treat her well.
Yeah. Oh yes, they do.
They treat her very well, and so she can't ask for anything better than that. I think more than if she ends up staying at these kinds of hours, is she just has to learn to like a new sleep cycle or something like that. But anyway, a new living cycle. All right. My work is going steady, still teaching 3 days a week, but people are going crazy with changes and
they're getting back to school and all that.
All the sports are starting and trying to rearrange, and it's been really crazy. Oh, I am drinking out of my friend's Stitch mug. That is the retreat that I will be on. I write that down, September 18th. It's a virtual retreat. And I know a couple people who will be there, so I'm looking forward to seeing you. And I didn't get the t-shirt because we aren't there in person, so...
Oh, yeah.
I figured I'll wear my StitchCon t-shirt.
Oh, and she got her new one.
My new one came. I was supposed to be wearing that today.
Oh.
All right, I'll wear it next week. We gotta remember.
There was something else.
Now we have matching ones.
Yeah.
She doesn't like the v-neck, but I don't care. I'm not wearing a v-neck. You're wearing a v-neck today.
Guilt! Okay, anyhow, what do we want to talk about stitching?
You want to start in on whips?
Yeah.
Can I talk about this week first?
Oh, what do we do this week?
Well, what's going on this week?
Oh, well, big brother, has gone off to grandparents to go off to college, but they will meet him at the grandparents and drive down with him.
So if you are in our Facebook group for the Grace Notes Fabrics, you kind of know some of this stuff. I guess that gives you a little bit of a leg up and insight into our life. So my son left yesterday to go to my parents, who live a little bit closer to the college. Tomorrow, my husband and I will be leaving and heading to my parents, and then we'll drive down together. I'm going to take some of the stuff out of his car because he's got a little car. I got a nice SUV, so...
And it's only 2 of you, so you've got the whole...
Well, it's not just the room, but the weight. I worry about the weight in his car going up and down the mountains. So I will take some of the weight off of him. My husband will be driving, thankfully, and I will be stitching. So I probably will talk about this again in plans, just because I'll forget till then. But so Saturday morning we will get up and make the extra 4-hour drive down to West Virginia and get him settled in college. We get to have dinner with him there. Friends of mine are actually a woman that I grew up with. Her husband is the chair of the music department there. So they've been there several years. We got to catch up with them last year at the college tour. But her mother now lives there, and her mother, I don't want to say she was my babysitter, but when my parents would leave town, we would go and spend the night at her house. My brother and I would. And so we've known her since I was 11. And when my parents were youth, my dad was a youth pastor. So my parents would take teens on a college tour for 4 days. So different people who, empty nesters, would come and spend the night. They would make our dinner and spend the night and then leave around lunch the next day, because we were teenagers and we could take care of ourselves. Most of, it was just them being there in case of an emergency. This was all before cell phones. And her parents would always be one of the people who would come every year as one of the nights. But anyway, her mom is now alone. She's a widow and moved down and lives next to her grandchildren and has a house with 3 bedrooms. So my husband and I get to spend the night there instead of having to rely on paid housing. So that's really exciting. And she's like, well, your girls can come too. I'm like, yeah, I'm bringing a bunch of Allen stuff. So then we'll come home Sunday, the whole trip, not stopping at my parents because we both work on Monday. So Colleen's in charge. Today I spent 52 minutes setting up
the middle sister's,
my middle daughter's
cell phone
plan, because we don't have a house phone like most of you probably don't anymore. And since Colleen will be off at work, I don't want Leanne to have to rely on an iPad as her only source of getting out to me in case of an emergency.
You say smartwatch or Apple Watch, a phone call or text, it'll alert.
It will alert. So it's because I'm not a fan of teenagers having cell phones, and I know that's a personal thing, and her phone will stay in the living room at all time. But because she does have my husband's old Apple Watch, no matter where she is in the house, she'll know the phone's ringing. So that's awesome. And I also am having her set up my youngest daughter's Apple Watch there too. I know, Generation 1. It's kind of funny. She can't get it set on her phone because of how old it is. But anyway, so she'll be on there, so they both will get alerts. So I'm very happy about that. But yeah, when Colleen's at work, if Leanne has an emergency, she can call Hobby Lobby, which she can't do from the iPad.
Right.
So she can call Hobby Lobby and say, our house was on fire. I already called 911 and we are standing outside. Things like that.
Send my sister home.
Yeah, I need Colleen. Sorry. My coffee's still hot, so I'm trying to drink it while it's still hot.
You're slurping. Anywho.
I'm slurping. I'm so sorry. I'm messy. Complaints. Remember, I have my own complaint section. Instagram is still gone.
Oh, so it's recurring, but it's about the same topic.
Yeah. My other complaint was the 52 minutes, so I already got you out on that one. But I got it. And I'm not sure if I'm telling my husband this. I'm getting a free Samsung Galaxy tablet.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was able to pay $15 less a month to get the service for my daughter's phone if I took advantage of this free offer of a Samsung Galaxy tablet. Sorry, we just got a phone call. I'll tell you about that in a second. But so I'm getting a Galaxy tablet, which is exciting because I'm not paying for it and I don't have to pay the service. And why I'm happy about the service is 2 things.
You can use it outside of the house.
I can use it outside of the house, but I homeschool my kids. Many of you know that. And I can work on my lesson plans and grading and stuff outside because I use a web service. Which like yesterday I sat at the doctor's office with my young middle daughter and I couldn't do anything.
Right.
Like I cross-stitched, but it would have been nice to work on lesson plans because we're starting school on Monday. And also for Pattern Keeper, because my Kindle battery dies just like that because I use it all the time. So it would be nice to have a backup. And we also said maybe we can figure out how to get the apps for our business on there so that we're not always using my phone. So to save my phone,
right.
Which I'll tell you about that, a little bit more about saving my phone in a minute. But yeah, that was the garage calling to let me know my car's done, which we'll have to pick up when my husband's off work. It's
So
already a killer, only having 2 cars with my son gone.
Yeah, already. So yes, our life update, I guess, is at the beginning. So
Well, it's more this week.
so,
What's going on this week?
Right. I'm going to be, well, you guys are gone. I have my dad's car. So when I closed the one that was yesterday, he had me drive because he's like, oh my goodness. So he thought I'd be like, oh, I don't want to drive. But I was like, okay. Because that was a good day. But my goodness, he's like gripping the seats and telling me what to do. Like, he's never driven with me before. I don't know if it's because it's his car or he just knows
I think he's nervous because
driven
you're
it
being
one time.
alone with his car
Right.
for 3 days.
Sometimes I was just like, my goodness, quiet down.
So yeah, he's like, do you think I should have her drive home? I'm like, yeah. Good
And
idea.
it was good because, again, his pedal kind of just...
Yeah. Yeah. So we're getting a new tablet, which I'm glad about. Okay, Instagram. Let's go back to my complaints. There is no Instagram for us right now. I did go through the proper channels, but so please, if you need to contact us, use Facebook Messenger, message us through here, email us at our GraceNotesStitchers@gmail.com. Sometimes a lot of your emails do go to spam, but I check it pretty often, so I'm really good about that.
She's like, they haven't talked to me. Let me check my junk mail.
There it is. So yeah, I check that like every other day. So my other thing to tell you about saving my cell phone is we're trying out my Sony camera.
Yeah.
It is a 14.1 megapixel. So right now we're recording on both, but you're still going to see from my cell phone because that's what we always do.
We're not looking over there. We're just seeing if they can take the whole
Video
session of us recording.
Yeah. We know it stops after 55 minutes, which means we might need to get a longer SIM card,
something
SD card.
Yeah.
Which is okay, but yeah, we got to see if the battery dies. But on the good side, I took pictures of the fabrics that I was really having a hard time with, and that's also what we're going to test out today. And the colors turned out perfectly. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't have to play with this in any way. So this is amazing. My complaint. I cannot find my cord to plug it into my computer. And I cannot find my card reader. My husband had a SD card reader that read like 7 different kinds. And my newest computer does not have the pop-in card reader. So hopefully tomorrow from Amazon is coming a multi-card reader. So we will be able to, so I can't even upload this to my computer before I leave town. So that's kind of sad. That's my complaints. I whined. I'm over it.
Okay.
All right, we're going to get to the actual cross stitch, which is what you're here for.
Because it's a cross stitch channel.
It is a cross stitch channel. And
no.
Yeah.
What?
You're probably thinking the same thing. Welcome to all of you, the new people. So I apologize. You heard us whining before we even said hello.
And thank you.
Thank you. I am like 99.9% to 100% sure a lot of you are viewers of Janet Japper because she shouted us out, and oh gosh, I want to know her name. You know who you are. You are from Germany, and you have been watching us, and you watched Janet. And I read your comment last night, and I put that I wished I could put a heart on it. There is a little bit of a sadness with YouTube. I can only put a thumbs up and down on somebody else's videos. So like when they comment, like they can heart my comment, but I can't heart them back. And I said I wish I could put a heart, so I just
put like
typed a heart.
Yeah,
I did an emoji heart. But I loved what you said. It was so sweet and it was so true because she wrote about how we adored Janet, and it is so true. And but anyway, Janet gave us the nicest shout out with our fabrics, the dyeing, and
excited to get those fabrics
done
and out to get to her to get that whole process. So.
But anyway, so welcome. We are so glad to have you. We're glad for all the people in our group. We have several people signed up for our Fabric of the Month, but darn it. Me and getting ahead of myself. I'll talk about that at the end in our fabric section. I do try to put hyperlinks down below so that if there's stuff that you're not interested in, you can jump.
Yes.
Okay. We're going to get into cross stitching. Colleen's going to go first.
Because I have technically one whip that I only started stitching yesterday. I'm so
She's
bad,
been busy.
but I promise.
No,
Okay.
you stitched Sunday.
No, I did not. But I have a
You
new plan.
did, because you did the 100 stitches for Stitch It On Trail. Or
What?
Bunny, or...
What did I stitch on? Oh, that was... So, it's my pumpkin passport, but again, it's just the border, so I'm going to say there's no point in showing it. So, because
But you did
it's
stitch.
almost... Okay, I did. So, okay, that makes me feel a little better. But no, this weekend, I have actually a plan to just pick a whip and stitch on it. The challenges, and I know I'm letting people down, well, the daily 30, something like that, that's not, it's only me, but
So we'll talk about that in games.
I know.
I'm not stopping you, but I have some advice for you. So remind me at the games.
Okay, but still, there's a project I will pull out because there's a plan I want to do on it. That's what I'm saying. So hopefully I'll get some more stitching in next week.
You holding?
Yeah, okay. Well, no, not this project. Fans of Far East, I'll show you the cover photo.
We're going to slide and let her show kind of to the other camera too, just so we can see how things show up. Because again, this is all a trial process for us.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So you'll see us hold things here and slide as we talk. Vanna White.
I wanted to... I didn't realize I had this much when I pulled it out. So I still have not filled it in. And I don't think I'll have it finished by the time you see us next. I think if I focus on this one, because again, like some of these, not gonna tell games, sorry.
It's okay. We mix our games because our games are also
what
we
you
do.
To stitch on them.
And I would like to give a shout out to Nessa in Australia. She said that she listened to some of the games that we're doing and she found one about all around Australia. So I thought that was so cool. But she said it prompted her to join that group and start the game, and she's really enjoying it. So I thought, how cool is that? I just thought that was neat. Anyway.
Do you want me to show this? Because I know I didn't work on this week, but I think I showed it. But still, he's so cute. So it's Foxy. And I love my fabric I'm doing, and I love how tiny the stitches is. So I think it's 20 count. And pretty much it's filled in, so I don't think I need something behind it. What do I want to say about this? I think
you would love to know where it came from. We still don't know where it came from.
You got it, you printed it out in something, but
wait. Oh, it's not.
I'm thinking because I almost wanted to do him because he looks like he's laying down, where he's being hung on it like a hammock.
It does look like he's laying down.
But he looks like he's laying down for the most part.
Because Paris does that when you go to grab at her.
So I wanted to put him on green fabric, but I had this in it. I know he looked amazing on it, and the size of it, he will be tiny. So I think I'm going to somehow, I don't think half stitches because he has half stitches around him, but I want to put some kind of green to make it look like he is in grass or something.
And yeah, it would be cool is if you used like a hand dyed.
Variegated. See, I was thinking of just putting different colors, but if it's variegated.
Yeah, then it'll look like different shades of grass or different kinds of grass, because
so when I get to that point, because that'll be the last thing, I guess I have to write that down, but I'll keep a lookout on what colors, like from what dye or something, who I should use it, and what color it is.
All right, so I think I have a few more than you. I am a lot older than her. And I'm not going to say a lot older, but I'm older and I'm more settled in my ways and I have a system and I also stay up all night and live life this way. So I know how to maintain my time.
And all
yeah. So it's a little different. So, and I also stitch a lot faster. We have figured that out.
Why is that?
Honey, I stitched a lot longer than you.
Okay.
I mean, that's all I can say. And let's be honest, I have a very mathematical brain.
Yeah.
And I think music and math really do go together, but I think this does too. It's like you just see it. And it's, no matter if I'm Linen or Ada, it's like kind of hyper-focused. Unfortunately, what happens then is sometimes you go to sit down or my husband's talking to me and I put something wrong home and I get 300 stitches off. And he goes, how does that happen? Well, you all know. So it just happens.
I do map my stuff, but when I make a mistake, it throws me off. But yeah, I do map out my work.
But it's like, I'm like, next hole. And you watch TV.
True that. Because sometimes she'll go, what's going on? And blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
Because I actually got over 400 stitches done in 2 hours time this week. We were watching
10 stitches or full stitches?
Some were 10, some were full.
Okay. Anywho, show your next whip.
Well, let me say this. We were watching Princess Bride for my youngest's birthday.
Fell asleep. Oh, that's what happened this week.
Yeah, my daughter's birthday took took our whole day away, basically. But I didn't realize you fell asleep. But that's how focused I was on my project. Yeah. I know every line of that movie. So I was just stitch, but I had a challenge.
I planned to just sit there and watch it because I haven't seen it since I was like 13. So
yeah, which, you know, I'm like sitting there reciting lines while stitching.
But again, we watched it as kids, so we know it. Whatever.
So the last installment of Christmas Wreath
is
released. So everything over here actually.
Oh,
you're
really
know.
Close.
I am really close. So over here was not done on the gingerbread man. Just under him was done, and I'm pretty sure this was done. I'm not sure why this wasn't, but this was. It's kind of weird. So anyway, I come down here, and some of this is new. This is definitely new. This is definitely new. This is not new. So I lied. It's all up here that is new. So the white coming down and around, and the light is new. This is new. This light is new. You get this.
You mean your bulbs?
My bulbs. My light bulbs. This is kind of funny. Over here, this half is all new. So all of this, I just put this white in. This white was here, but half of this green was not
here.
The
way they released it.
It's kind of weird, but it's fun, and I'm getting there. So I am in the Frosted Pumpkin Stitch Along group. Mm-hmm. And one thing that somebody had said about this wreath is what they had found easiest and making this go faster. This is not helping you if you're done with it, but if you are really far behind on this, they said they stitch the objects first and then they go through and place the green. Whereas I was like, okay, here I'm on this color. I'll go as far as I can with this color without going too far away.
Right.
So I would do the green if it was the next color. And so this time I did what they suggested. So this wall and the bulbs are done. Mm-hmm. And now I'm just filling in with the green. And that person was so right. I chose this as my project on Sunday. And I got like 900 stitches done.
Cool.
In 8 hours, I think. So that person, I appreciate that. I don't believe you watch our channel because we've never talked about Flosstube.
Right.
But I greatly appreciate that advice. I'm not going to put my things back in my bags. I Garon Tutton bags.
Anyone notice I'm not tired like last week?
Yeah, that's true.
Today is my day off, so yes. Because we filmed like after I worked and you taught, so I'm definitely more awake.
And this coming week we're going to be filming on Wednesday again because you'll be off. Mm-hmm. This is my Firefly Fairies. This one,
Lavender and Lace.
I do have a cover photo. I was ahead of the game. There's my cover photo.
You really need to start on another fairy. It's starting to get boring.
I want to finish her. I am actually going to finish her all but the white, like lacy part of the petticoat. And then I'll get the color because then once I have all 3 fairies, I'll do the petticoats at the same time. Mm-hmm. Because I'm kind of getting bored of her. But I like her. And I did find mistakes. I had to take this out. It was down 1 row too much because I had the skin off. So skin is what I'm working on. And I can't tell you how many stitches I did, but I did a lot. I think I did 700 one day, which is amazing for lavender and lace.
Right.
But there are big blocks of color. It's patterned. And it's like once you see the pattern, it makes it so much easier. But it took me time to see that pattern. Mm-hmm. So that, again, is Firefly Fairies by Lavender and Lace. That is Heroic Belfast by Picture This Plus.
It is Picture
My
Plus.
favorite fabric dyers. That's who we aspire to be.
Right.
My husband keeps saying Color and Cotton. I want to be Picture This Plus.
What was it? Yeah, so I remember, I didn't remember the dyer, but I remembered the colorway of her fabric.
The Heroic.
Yes.
So if you see, I actually bought that fabric, and it's not.
You bleach it yourself?
Yeah, you're supposed. They tell you like how to bleach it yourself, but I've seen too many bleach jobs go wrong online. Go look. There's some really crazy ones out there. I honestly, if you've done it, I'm not knocking you, But I looked at some of them and I said, how could you stitch on that after that? It looks so...
Right, different and not one it was intended to be.
Yeah, it didn't look like it should be at all. And I was just like, I feel so bad for that person. However, I know why they do it. The fabric's so expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I would be like, I'm going to salvage this to the best I can. Anyway, if you go for the called for color, let me see if I can tell you what it is. Called for is Cobblestone by Zweigert. And it's changed color over the years. So when I went to my LNS, who's closed now, she said, well, this cobblestone is not the same cobblestone. So I think she gave me something that was similar. I don't remember. And I'm using it for another project because it was too dark. I didn't like it. I had my first start over.
Oh.
Now that I think about it. Okay, next. Again, we're coming along. Sleeping Beauty. I'm just kind of adding in the greenery right now. I did some of this pink, I think.
I think this stuff right here is new.
It might be.
Because I remember just seeing the pinks.
Yeah, I don't remember. But again, it's being used for games. So I'm getting a lot of work done on her. I actually have come down in here. I know this is new. Some of this stuff. Some of the colors in here. But I like her. I just don't spend all my time on her because of future mistake that I have. And I know you're probably tired of hearing it, but it's all rolled up. So I'm not pulling it out until... What I've decided to do with this is kind of fill in all the way to what I can. So I'm doing tons of confetti. I'm doing all these little tiny greens and colors so that I can start working my way down so I can unroll and do as I go. Can I hand this to you to go that direction? And I'm going to show you the cover. It is a Mirabilia Sleeping Beauty. And it says to do it on Silvery Moon.
I have no idea what you're doing at all.
It kind of does look like it's a Silvery Moon by Witchelt. I have several Silvery Moons.
Oh yeah, oh wow, that fabric.
I'm pretty sure that is the color.
It looks really like it.
I'm very, very sure. Okay. My extra credit piece for the one game that I play is this. And I started making this my...
By Long Dog Samplers.
This is my 30 minutes a day.
Up here?
I did. I got this all done. I watch Sunshine Stitchers sometimes. I watch Sheila with her pointer. I should get out my music wand.
Which reminds me, right here. Oh wait. But anyway, you see this? What do you call these? They're like Quaker stars or something.
I don't know.
I love those. Like, however, like people use them in quilting or whatever. I want a pattern that has it in there because I love the way they look.
Yeah. So that I got. I don't know. I think it's only 140 stitches, but it will get more love. I promise. And this is the cover. It says, let not mercy and truth forsake thee. Bind them about thy neck. Write them, on the tablet of your heart. Proverbs 3:3. So Long Dog Sampler.
I think our camera just did something, so.
I'm next. This was my 30 minutes a day, but anticipating my drive.
Oh, you got one more dog then?
I got another dog, and I got that lining of the leash. I know! There's a Yorkie.
And what fabric is this?
I don't know.
Because it looks like my pink.
I know. That's why I liked when you were like a little hesitant, but I'm loving it. Yeah. I mean, this...
Oh, that looks more brown.
Mine?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have no idea what fabric this is. It's so soft, though. I love it. I outlined this dog since you've seen it. I outlined the leash and this. So that took me probably about an hour to 45 minutes to an hour to do those two things. And this probably took about an hour. I decided this is no longer my daily 30 because I needed a project that I can do in the car.
Right.
So I'm taking this and I'll tell more about my plans in the plans section because I'm supposed to, right?
Yep, that's what the heart plans are for.
I know. I'm just... Me is me.
Oh, who's she pulling out?
This is one of my favorites. So, one of my favorites is in it. What can I say about Mulan?
How much have you gotten in?
I am at 87%. I have hit over 4,000 stitches for the month. So, it is the 26th. But as of 4 days ago, I already had it done with my 4,000 stitches. So, I was very pleased with that. And then it turns out this week I'm going to be working on another 750 stitches, which is 1,500 stitches actually for me. So It's getting love. Lots and lots of love. And I'll talk more about that in games again. Because that is games. There's not much to say other than it's a really nice project. I'm not near as far as Hannah Dowling. She's 4,000 stitches away from being done on hers. We were going to be done at the same time, but she took off. Like, majorly took off, which is good. She's doing Muka Milan, which is beautiful. But I said to Colleen, that's kind of how our friendship started, so it's kind of neat. But we're both finishing our Milans this year. I love her. I love her. I can't wait to see her done. And I don't know that I'll ever do another mini. I don't know. I like the fact that it was done in 1.5 to 2 years, but it's a little blurry for me. Is this my last? I'm on my last.
The one that she says, it's boring because I'm doing background and I'm not seeing stuff appear. But she loves the project and I'm telling her
And I
that
love
she
the
loves the project.
colors.
Okay, heroes and heroines. Do you have your cover photo?
I do have a cover
By
photo.
Donuts Designs.
Oh, I have the
by
dogs
Amy Stewart.
that I forgot to show. This is just one white Lugana because it's a full coverage. Which in the future will be dyed because I just want color.
Wait, what?
I'll be dyeing any future full coverage.
Really? Just because it's fun?
Yeah, because I don't like white. Remember,
Yeah,
that's why I bought that green for the...
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, I added all these in.
So,
I was like...
Oh, wait. You're at like what percent?
Oh, I hit 2%.
Oh, you did?
I hit 2% last
See,
night.
that's love for her project. She loves this project.
I went from 1 to 2% in 1.5 weeks. So, yeah. I got all this yellow done, like filled in because of another game. And I'm going to talk for a moment about my way of doing diagonals.
Do we take the project away or
No. So, somebody posed the question in one of my groups about how do you stitch, what is your techniques for full coverage. So I'm going to just touch on that for a moment. Obviously, I'm going on a diagonal. I use Pattern Keeper. I think it's pretty obvious. I use the parking method. Sorry, Colleen had some of my threads there. Usually I have this much nicer, and I apologize that I don't. Something new that I just started. Okay, you also know that I do a little bit of, if you've watched before, you know I do a little bit of cross country. I started by using Teresa Little Stitchers method of inside your 10 by 10 square, you just do all of that one color and then you park down below. However, I'm a cross country girl at heart, so I actually stitch until I run out of that color or I can't keep going, but I don't go too far away. So you can see, I parked like down here. But if I know that I'm in the right spot, like no doubt, I just keep going with that color and then I park it or end the thread if I run out. And I don't, like this black here. Okay, I just kept going. But when I ran out of my thread, because I was really concentrating on this diagonal here, I didn't rethread with black because I was already using black. So that's kind of like my limit. I try to keep myself at a limit. Something new I'm doing, and I'm almost done with the new diagonal, is before I start stitching the new diagonal, I was using all the parked threads in that box. Now I'm going through the whole diagonal and using all of the parked threads. I'm finding I'm saving a lot of floss that way because sometimes I end up, sometimes I park a thread just because I have nowhere to end it. So like this thread here might be a single stitch and then I end it, but I have nothing to end it under right now, so I leave it. But what is neat is this actually, once I end this, it might be used up in here. So I go ahead and use it instead of throwing it onto my floss card. So I feel like I'm saving thread and I'm not parking 10 of the same color because I use all of the parked threads in that one diagonal that I'm working on, not all of them, obviously. And then, yeah, I try to use them. And if I can't use them, I either throw it away because it's too short or I, whatever. But, I guess I can talk about that more in plans too, which is coming up. That's all of our whips. Oh, let me show you my dogs.
I can't wait until my birthday because that's the day I plan to start. December, and some people are like, before you know it's gonna be here, so I can't wait. But we have another birthday in the family to celebrate for that. But I will be starting Bride of the Yokai by, I have no idea, but it's in here.
Wasn't that a graduation gift?
That was a graduation gift from the lovely Hannah Dowling, which we just watched her video today because we were doing something else yesterday. We were recording that movie. But anywho, that's getting a lot of purples. I hope there's some blues, but it is overall, you look at it, it's mostly purples. But because I'm in a way with the hate I'm doing right now, muggy and pink, it's weird. So I want to start the project and try to do parking because I still have not gotten to a point where I can try parking. So
She just reminded me.
I'm really excited.
I've been talking with Jessica, Stitches of Sass.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of funny because her dress is pink. Although I guess you could change it.
Oh, I can't. It's
Jess is going to walk me through changing my yellow dress in a place of her own.
really, she's gonna
to
help
blue.
you. Oh wow, to blue? You don't
Because
like purple?
No, we looked at the colors of the project, and blue will look really good.
Like blue or light
Light.
blue?
Light
Okay,
blue.
that'd be good because it's a light yellow. Anyway, Jess, you need to get another video out soon.
We don't get enough of you. But I'm so excited. She and I have been chatting a lot. And yeah, I'm really excited. So a little bit of life updates. We did talk about what's been going on this week. Thank you for the kind words. I was able to give myself that injection last week.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to kind of give you a little bit of a progress update on my health. And I feel like, I don't want to say that I'm doing better, but I have good spirits. I have good hopes. I feel like they call it plaques. It's the visible psoriasis that people see.
Mm-hmm.
I had one starting on my stomach and it seems to be going away. One in my hair seems to be gone. This one seems to be less. So I don't know. I felt like this one was and now I don't. So anyway, yeah, it's just really nice to see a little bit. And I said, hopefully the arthritis will start to subside. I am back to wearing my rings. So I do feel like there's a little bit of hope and a little bit of help because I'm not swelling in the evening. The only time I'm swollen now is in the morning. So I feel like, and last night I was able to stitch a lot longer than I have been.
Okay, that's good.
So, and I'm not falling asleep while stitching. So
yeah.
Anyway,
So
I think that's, any other real life updates?
Well, there's somebody made a comment about frozen water bottle that they like.
Oh yeah, they rolled. Yeah.
So I'm gonna try that out because
that's Crystal Row.
Is okay.
We like watching you too.
Well, thanks for watching us. Yeah. So your advice, I'm gonna try that because that's a big thing.
Leanne just emptied out one of Dad's water bottles.
Okay.
Put some just tap water in that.
So yeah, because that's one of my biggest things after coming home is my
And I also have a foot spa.
I don't
with a massage feature.
I know. I just I don't need.
I used that a lot when I was waitressing.
It feels like pampering, so no.
But when I was waitressing, yeah, I needed it. Like that was definitely.
I'll try the ice.
A need. As far as haul, do you have any haul?
You have a haul right there.
I do, but do you?
No, because
you have some planned haul.
Some stalled. Yes, like I'm holding off because I need to get out of debt, stitchy debt. So yeah,
she's only got the one paycheck so far.
Right, like I'm getting paid tomorrow, and some of it's going to the savings for a car, some of it's for tithe, which is a good amount of it, and I'll
start paying Mama back.
Start paying you back,
and she's gonna start paying for a cell phone and car insurance and like
on your car.
Your car. Well,
once I get a
car.
For
you. No, we pay for you to be on our insurance.
Oh, okay.
I have been paying for you to be on my insurance. Now that you are making some money,
yeah,
you're going to be paying for you, especially because I'm picking up Alan's tab. I'm picking up Alan's portion.
Because that's right.
I told my husband and I made him a deal that as long as he
keeps his grades up,
stays on the dean's list, which is I think 3.8 grade point average, as long as he's not failing. No, I said to him, I think a B average. As long as he stays with a B average, we will pay for his cell phone and his car insurance because we want to encourage him not to work while he's in school. And he himself is paying for this whole semester. So, you know, he's being responsible that he saved this money. So to be able to pay for the next 2 semesters, he has the cash. So we're very thankful for that. And we said we will not require him to pay these 2 bills because we want him to concentrate on schoolwork. And then when he comes home at Christmas and for the summer, he'll be able to go back to work and start earning money towards the following year.
Yep.
But what happened when he was at the community college was just the fact that he spent more time and energy at work that he wasn't studying. So we don't want him to fall into that same pattern. Anyway, you're going to see less and less of this because
it's being canceled.
This one's not, but
right.
Yeah.
So
this is from my Rogue stitching. It's Atomic Ranch Fabrics, and this is called Pumpkin King. And I know some of you are in love with this already, but it is not my cup of tea.
Dark.
It is too dark.
But, I love it.
So guess where that's going?
Here, just put in the comments would a brighter piece look better on this? Because there's a piece that I thought would look great, but there is literally like a border around it of this color.
I could have just don't stitch a border, but she didn't like that idea.
But that means the border's not there. Unless I change the border colors, but that means the whole background is this color, so I was like, nah.
You're talking about the eagle,
Lincoln's Eagle by Teresa Kogut.
So, yeah, I can't see on that, and it's just not my colorway, so anyway, it's okay.
This one she loves.
This is my last one, though. It's Terrific by Fiberlicious.
Here,
and I did cancel it. It's 32 count Lugana.
You gotta see the whole variegation.
I don't know how much you're gonna see of this, but it is so pretty. But I decided I'm putting money into our own business, and that when I need stuff, I'm going to pay my own business to dye. Not that we're not buying from other people also, because we still are, but not Fabric of the Month. Because I want to be part of our Fabric of the Month.
Yeah.
Kind of shocked my husband. He's like, wait, we're dyeing you a piece? I'm like, yeah, I'm stopping others.
Maybe myself.
But with Rogue, I'm keeping that up. I told you before, they are the suppliers of Picture This Plus.
So
Fabric of the Month.
Right.
They just couldn't do it this year. Picture This Plus couldn't keep up with it. They are still 24 weeks behind. So they decided to do their own thing, but you get a 13th piece free once you get through your 12 months. So I'm 8 months in. I definitely want to finish out this 12 months.
So will you get a Picture This Plus piece?
I've already gotten at least one or two.
Oh.
But I'm not just hoping that doesn't matter. I'm hoping that if Picture This Plus opens back up, it's usually November, that since I'm already part of the club, I can roll over into the Picture This Plus. I mean, that's my hope and goal. I already told you about the Fiberlicious, or not Fiber, Friend Stitch retreat. There's also StitchCon news. I think September 1st is the sign up for StitchCon. Am I right? Or September 15th?
I haven't kept up with that, so...
Check Pam and... actually...
Is it in their group?
Pam and Steph's video, I believe. They put out a video along with Barbara that announces all the dates, so check that out to be sure of it. Because I totally forgot the date. But StitchCon 2022 is being signed up. And it's first come, first serve, basically.
Right. Why do I feel like that's so close already?
Because we signed up at the last minute.
I know.
So talking about our fabrics, our Grace Notes fabrics, our group has grown and we are so enjoying it.
We're gonna hit 100 members soon.
Yeah.
And did we sell both of our fobs?
Yes, you have sold both of your sister fobs.
Gotta get more of this made.
Yeah, she's gonna be working on sister fobs today. I'm gonna make some matching needle minders to some of them, or complementary needle minders, because they complement. They're not exactly the same, so complementing needle minders. I'm not sure how this is going to show up, but Janet Jabber, if you're one of her viewers, is giving away a free piece of Grace Notes fabric. I have a tiny sample of the one color. Well, no, she's giving away one.
Oh.
The person gets to choose whether it's Ada or Lugana. And this is the Ada, and it's a green, and this is called Sarah. It didn't really come out in the picture quite as green as what it really is, which is kind of weird, but anyway. And then this is what the Lugana looks like. This is actually my piece. This is what's my chatelaine is going on. But it's kind of nice because I have a piece to show you. And our fabric order will be here tomorrow, so we can start dyeing. We are so excited for that to come. It got delayed 3 days, I think. It was supposed to be here the 23rd. It's coming FedEx. And so, and just a reminder to watch our last video. There's a word on there to comment
on that video
to win this piece from us. So we don't have any new that we just dyed, but we have plans. We're gonna actually make our list of colors today that
Yes.
My biggest complaint is there's not enough hours in a day. And, you know, I started this thing called Wishlist Wednesday, which I'm so glad we did. It's fun. And on Wishlist Wednesday, a lot of people said their top of the list would be more time in a day. I totally agree. Just not enough hours. Anyway, let's talk about games, which I skipped over, but that's okay.
Games?
Let's talk about our games. So Uno has been my biggest game. That is actually why I got my 400 stitches in, because it was like 9 p.m. when I saw that Uno had been called. And I was like, oh, okay, so I got to get 100 stitches in each of my 4 whips. Then you read all the rules. And we were still just eating cake and everything from my daughter's birthday. Cheesecake.
And it was amazing.
With peach pie filling that I had canned.
Right, so
good.
We went to get it sorted, but because if you guys do Walmart pickup, they do substitutions, so we just got a plain one. But we improvised and made our own toppings.
Yep, so we used my peach pie filling I made. We used caramel syrup.
I used chocolate
hot fudge. Yeah. So, yeah, it was good. And then, so I had to do these 400 stitches, and I read it had to be done by midnight. So I guess it was about 10:15 we put on Princess Bride, and I got my tush moving, and I did it. I got it in at 11:58, and in one of my games, the person who actually puts out the Uno is in my game, and I said, you kill me. I did it, but you kill me. And she said, next time maybe I should let you know. I'm like, please do, because I don't ever see it until, you know, the end of my day. So that is actually really nice of her. So for you,
Stitch Gone, I believe, I will say, I feel like I wouldn't say reluctance to stitch is because I feel like I'm
letting your team down.
It's not that I'm letting my team down. I feel like I'm not required, but that like whatever I stitch has to be for something. So that's why I'm gonna make my own goals, because it's just to work on a project. It's not to get a certain amount of stitches and all that. So when Stitch Gone, my family needs me to do something. I think I'll put that as my first priority, because sometimes
because we don't always need her, because she's the blacksmith. So unless we have a blacksmith item, we really don't need her.
But we
like her. Okay, so my thought: you take whatever project you're working on, and if it happens to fit a prompt that week, you use it and you get a few tokens. The rest of the goals, the rest of the prompts don't matter. And you can try as hard as you can and count the hours. And
True.
Because you can use 2 to 3
instead
hours.
of just using stitches, I can say whatever.
I've been using hours sometimes.
But unicorn chart is not my focus, I will say.
Yeah.
I failed at that. You reached yours?
I did it! I'm so happy.
Lucky you, I got 1 mile.
I got all 12 miles done. I forgot to write that down, but my 12 miles are done. And you can go back and like do a double, but I would rather use those same projects for prompts.
Yeah.
So I've been using them for prompts now. And there's a new one that I started doing. Oh, I'll have to write it down for you all next time. It's a new game. And it's kind of a game. It's a new group with prompts. And it's been fun. And right now it starts in September. So I'll get you only a few days late, but they let us start early. And the TV personality that they're focusing on is Robin Williams. So I'm able to use some of my prompts based on some of his movies. Madame Doubtfire. You've watched that.
I've never heard
He's
of
Hook.
this.
He's in Hook. He's Peter Pan in Hook. The adult.
Okay, let's just stop because I don't know.
Oh, he's in a lot of things. He's a comedian.
You guys would know, but
he's the voice of the genie in.
Okay, that's
the original genie in
Aladdin. Okay, that's the only thing that rings a bell.
Okay, you've seen him in quite a few things. I've seen him in a lot more than she has. What were I going to tell you?
What else were we talking about? Plans? Or
I was going to tell you Crystal Academy. This week is Mulan. So she's got to get 750, which is 1,500 for me. So yeah, I might actually hit no, the week will be up. I was gonna say I could use it towards next month's semi-sane goal, but I might hit my 3,000 this month instead of 2,000 because I always tell you my goal is 4,000, but it's because I'm trying to get 2,000 for semi-sane. I tried to be really careful there.
Plans. I would like to get my nails painted by next time, hopefully.
Yeah, I just got my wraps taken off because...
Oh my goodness, you had them on for that long?
I did. Because they were sparkly and they were see-through, I just kind of let them grow. And let them grow up because I thought it looked really cool. And it was when they started to look peeling, like they were peeling, that I decided they really, really needed to come off. Plans for the car ride. That's what I was going to talk about. I guess let's talk about plans now instead of games.
Okay.
Because you said plans. Car ride. I am taking dogs because I can backstitch in the car.
I thought you were saying you're taking our dogs. I'm like, why are you doing that?
No. I'm going to take Anna Green Gables.
Oh.
Because that's a paper pattern.
And it's a small piece.
It's a small piece. I don't know what's going to happen to Uno.
Right.
I'm going to do Friday's Uno tomorrow or even midnight tonight. Saturday I'm gone. So I don't even know how to do that one. Yeah. As long as I don't call Uno, I'm good. I'll catch up on Sunday, I guess. I guess that's what it's going to be. I'll catch up on Sunday. I mean, I can do my daily 30 because I'm taking stitching.
Right.
So I'm going to take Anna Green Gables, and I am still taking my blue project. It's just hard to work on sometimes. The
summer delivery. Summer delivery by Plum Street Samplers.
Yeah, it's just hard to work on the London blue, although I did it at the doctor's yesterday. But it's fluorescent lighting, kind of big. Plans. Hey, we have fabric coming. We're going to dye.
Oh, yeah, we are. This isn't in our plan, but I just want to mention about work. Somebody came up and asked if we had a price check, and I thought it was an item, so I asked my coworker if we had that, and then I'm like, wait a second, price check is in like Walmart. You hold it up and it tells you the price. And we're like, we can't even do that at the register, so I was like, no, we don't have price checks, sorry.
Just give me the item, I can tell you the price.
Some things, they gotta meant to get labeled, and they sometimes don't. So,
but people take things out of boxes before they get labeled sometimes.
True.
So that's part of the.
But still, that was kind of
the fun stuff at Hobby Lobby. Plans. We're making scissor fobs today. We're making needle minders today.
I think I can maybe get 2 scissor fobs done. There's we do have 4 possibly that could be made. So.
Yeah.
But that's a lot. Yeah.
So some we actually are gonna have more than one of.
True. And we'll make them identical, kind of?
Yeah. So that'll be a lot easier for you. Keep trying to talk my middle daughter into helping us with the scissor fobs because she works very well with jewelry. And she's like, no.
Speaking of jewelry, so I always, because I add in, for my sister's birthday, I had her come in while I was working. And I had her pick stuff out she wanted. And I know she's, is the word frugal? Like, she wouldn't spend a ton of money. So she picked a few things, and so we had it set aside, and I bought those things for her birthday.
Yeah, it was kind of cute. We walked up to the register,
and they set it aside.
Yeah, I looked at the manager who was checking us out, and I said, "Can you put this aside for Colleen to pay later?" And she's like, "Okay." I said, "Well, she's working, and we don't want to bother her, and it's her birthday, and she's buying it for her." She's like, "Oh, yeah, okay." And then she said, "Happy birthday" to the wrong daughter.
True, and I love that manager. But yeah, so she got some earrings, which feel like charms that should come apart. But still, they're cute.
Yeah, so she made earrings. My middle daughter made the earrings for her. Yeah, Leanne is very good with jewelry, but doesn't want to help us. She wants nothing to do with cross-stitch anything.
Or our business, so anywho.
Yeah. Lauren is willing to help dye.
Yep.
Which is good because after October, my husband will be swamped at work, and he's basically going to be in for the dad dyes. He's like, when do I start my dad dies?
Which I don't think you guys heard of it before, have we?
I think I might have mentioned it.
But we're making a whole new album.
I'm going to take the Starburst pattern out and put it in a new album because that's his little thing, and make him the dad die album because he's going to do some wild things that some people like and others don't. But he is very eclectic in his style. Like if you see some of the shoes he wears, I'm just like, because he's very bold in his choices. And
right, he likes towel stuff.
Well, I mean, like if you've ever seen Colleen shoes, they look like an Oxford. Yeah, I mean they're a dress shoe on top, but some of them have a blue rim around the bottom, and I'm like, the first time he came into church wearing, because he got there later than me, wearing black dress shoes that had bright blue on the bottom, I'm like, what are you wearing? Because I am the very plain, simple pump person, you know, like the
one color
Princess Diana pump kind of person. Anyway, sometimes I'm bright, and that's like when I'm trying to be fun. I don't know. But
right.
So he's fun in his style, and he wears wild shirts from where he used to work. So yeah, just totally different. My last thing, or do you have something before?
No, I was just saying we're rambling, so we'll...
I'm not rambling.
Okay.
I have one more thing in plans. So I have had requests, and I've mentioned on here.
Oh, that's right. Yep, good.
About my full coverage project. So it turns out it's going to be Pearl by Heaven and Earth Designs.
Will be the one done.
It will be the Haid. I have others to do. Still going to do them. I'm waiting for Joann Fabrics to have a sale on their floss. Other than that, I'm going to have to just get it 15% off at Hobby Lobby, which is not near enough.
Not near enough.
But because I think that still makes it 53 cents or something. I know you in Australia, you're weeping over 53 cents, but
yeah,
that's harsh for me to pay. Because I'm going to kit it up the way I normally kit up, because that's what I promised that I would do, is make this way I normally do, because you want to see how I kit up and how I stitch. So I'm going to try to figure out how to do a stitch with me. And I'm going to work out a series. I'm working on a series. I've already started filming, by the way, and just kind of walk you guys through my whole process.
Yeah, because sometimes she films while I'm away, so I have no idea. Yeah,
that's all this. That's what I'm filming.
Right.
And it's just my process. And if you're not interested, don't watch. Don't feel like you have to watch. I don't, obviously we can't force you, but we don't want you to feel forced either. So these are more for the people who are interested in how my crazy brain works. And I will warn you ahead of time, my brain does work probably a little bit different. And everybody's wired different. And yeah.
But we'll put another one out there because there are different ways of doing it. And somehow, somewhat, whatever,
I've combined people's ways.
It might help somebody else.
Yeah, it might unlock something for somebody else, because I did parking, I tried the 10 by 10 method, I was doing all kinds of things by watching other people, and then when I watched Teresa's video, all of a sudden it clicked. And of course I do carry it on my own way, but it just clicked with me. And again, I'm a piano teacher, so I had 7 or 8 piano teachers in my life. And I take a little piece of everything with me. So I'm the same with my cross stitches. I have little pieces of different people that I've learned, and I combine things into my own method. And that's how I teach piano, but that's also how I stitch, and that's how I do life, is learning from a bunch of people and turning it into my own thing. So as of right now, I'm a pretty good piano teacher, so I'm hoping I'm a good cross stitch teacher. We'll see. So with that, we will leave you and say goodbye.
Happy stitching!